Dagger himself that he'll be able to grab.
That's actually fairly big. Like, the Blink Dagger will be really good for him. Jerax is very good at like these playmaking heroes like Shaker, like Rubik. You can count on him for sure during team fights to be able to get some clutch steals. Maybe, hopefully, if you're a Hot 6 fan, turn the team fight around. If he can get his hands on something like Laguna, like, you know, Sonic Wave and such, you can probably win a team fight.
Well, looking for this spider here. He's going to go for the TP out, and yeah, Yoku won't be able to get him this time. Unfortunately here for the side of Empire. Dagon now leveled up a third one. We've got it on level 3 now here for the Brood. And I mean, Invoker, what does he go now next for the build? I mean, he's come up to 2k. Is this kind of just a split pushing? Will we see him pick up an early set of boots? Bots?
Bots are pretty common when you have Midas on Invoker, but I think he might just go Blink or something. Like, when there's not an item on Invoker that you can buy that you feel is going to have like a big enough impact at that point in the game, typically you go for like mobility. So like Blink or Yules or Force Staff or something like that. Because I'm really having a hard time thinking what one item is actually going to be able to completely change the way that the game goes in terms of fights for Hot 6. And I mean, just look at what he's doing. He's sitting in the woods and he's just sending out freaking Forge Spirits to lane. Like, he realizes that it's super dangerous for him no matter where he is.
Resolution and Silent able to clear themselves up some Ancients here from the side of Hot 6's map. And I mean, you can tell Empire, they're really looking for action here. They've been walking around as a group across the maps, trying to see who they can catch out. But Hot 6 just playing a step ahead at the moment. Keeping themselves safe. Forever now on the gyrocopter. Very close to having the money for this BKB. Silent did spawn out Sun, but Sun, he's going to be A-OK, juking in out in the tree line. And Resolution, okay, working towards the AC, blinking forward here, but he's going to get lifted up by Jerax. Can they turn this? Trying to lift him up to the high ground. They just don't have a follow-up stun there to keep the control on this dragon.
And that's kind of the freedom that having a DK gives you. Like, what other hero can just do what Resolution just did? Like, blink in front of the enemy tier 3 with 4 heroes there and just be like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. Even if you go on me, I can just BKB and flap my wings and walk it off.
Okay.
Nice.
Very nicely done there by the side of Hot 6. Lining that one up. And Yoku will find the call. Has got this gem, of course. And he'll be able to chase down this spider. He's got a TP coming in from lower dance on the Tuckton again. Move to the high ground. They should be able to find themselves this kill. The stun won't quite connect, but the Berserker's call will. With the uppercut and with the down cut from Yoku and his axe. 20 to 12. Another kill here for the side of Empire.
You got to get that one fight in the game where Aloha Dance Walrus punches, and then while he's in the air, you just dunk him.
I can feel the pain.
That's like
already.
the ultimate satisfaction when that happens. But in the meantime, there was also a kill inside of the woods. Resolution managed to find Jerax in a 1v3 and then killed the Rubik and then TP'd away with BKB on. So as I was saying earlier, still the main issue for Hot 6 is figuring out a way to be able to kill these cores of Empire. And for now, Forev, like you mentioned, he got his BKB, so he's starting to get some farm. He needs to go damage now. If he doesn't go damage items, there's just... I don't know how they're actually going to kill anyone.
He certainly doesn't. I don't think Empire will be giving him the time or day to look for that. They're looking into the dire jungle now, seeing what they can find. Ping's coming up out on a heat. Oh, he hasn't got a TP. I don't know what the plan was here for Dazzle, but I don't think it's going to work out. Silent joins the party with Resolution. And, yeah, Dazzle.
It's actually fairly
tanky. Single hope.
I mean, with that medallion and weave on, take a long time to die, actually. I'm not sure if Empire are going to feel like they can break high ground at this point, but... They can try to go for Roche, maybe, or at least pressure.
500 gold off an Aghanims. I mean, this guy.
He's freaking rich.
We're about to see the fun begin when he gets that on him. Now, with the push, they're ready to go. Elder Dragon form. This tower is going to fall at an alarming rate here for the side of Hot 6, and it's just a question of what they can do in defense.
Oh, they even forced the Brood back. That's actually really bad news for Hot 6. Like, you do not want to have to TP your Brood back to base.
But look, MP is looking for the split push, and it's actually going to be enough to spook Empire. Empire TPing back. Not happy with a Magician knocking on their door. They need Yoku here with the gem, and he is here. Okay, this is an Invoker in trouble, and an Invoker getting dunked by Yoku. Wicked 6 now for the Axe, as he picks up his 7th kill of the game. Silent, he's going to find Jerax here. Hot 6 for Rev, wants to fight, pops the BKB, but Silent with his BKB as well. Trying to get himself out of here, and he will. Not going to be able to chase that one down. Did clip Jerax there with the Sonic Wave. So again, Invoker and Rubik being taken down, and Hot 6 unable to find anything in return. We're now looking at even Aloha Darts.
Oh, God, they have Solar Crest, too.
I mean, 27 minutes in, Empire. The lead's got to be quite significant. It's coming up to 7,500 here in terms of gold. XP-wise, we're looking at a 10k lead because of all these damn kills they've been finding. And that's your axe done on Yoku.
So Aghanim, Solar Crest. Level 16, Dragon Knight. Roshan is up right now. Empire, most likely going to be the ones who are going to try to do it. I'm just trying to think of something that Hot 6 can do. Like, the rat play bottom was actually the best possible choice they had because it actually forced Empire back. Normally, in that circumstance, if you TP as Invoker and you start trying to take the team fight, it means that if you lose the fight, you pretty much just lose racks. And you might even just lose the game based off that. So he made the right call in the pinch, but I'm still just... I'm at a loss. Like, they need damage. Somehow they need to be able to burst somebody.
Well, Empire, they're going to look for Roshan here with the Solar Crest to make short work of it. Hot 6, a couple of them in the area. And I know they're there with the weave drop, granting that vision, but they just can't do anything to contest it. They are moving towards it, but I really don't know if this is the fight. Sunstrike coming in, and it's actually going to... They're going to do it! They got the Aegis kill. Silent does take the Aegis itself, sorry. So Roshan could
He actually got the Roshan kill with the
Sunstrike.
Like,
yes.
What a god, actually. Like, MP Sunstrikes have been on point.
Well, let's see if they can find anything else off the back of this Sun hiding in the tree line. And, well, Resolution, he's found himself an Invoker. Invoker, he's going to try and look for the QQ walk TP out, but Yoku in range with the gem. Damn, that's your Invoker down. Monster kill streak now here for Yoku. And, well, they did okay. They lost the Lina. So it is a 1-for-1 trade. Looks like Lina was bursted down here by Sun here on the Broodmother. But still, the bigger kill here for the side of Empire, taking down that mid-Invoker.
And now Empire look to continue to pressure after the fact. Brood is still being forced on. Oh, God, the Courier's going to die, too.
Oh, damn. Let's have a look what was on that. It was, okay. It was another level of damage.
Yeah. I mean, that's not too painful, to be honest. Like,
Resolution.
He has no fear.
He literally doesn't.
Absolutely none.
Look at his armor.
He's got 46 armor.
He's got more armor than he's got health points. It's ridiculous. Now it's Jerax going in for the pin and the dunk. That's going to be a godlike streak for Yoku. Looking for more now. Round 2. Doesn't even need the dunk that time. It's full. GG. Well played. Empire have done it. They make it to 4th position on the group stage board, so they will have to go up against Virtus Pro in a decider to see who holds that position for. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'm sure we'll find out. We've got some wonderful people that we call experts on that desk, and I'm sure they know all the information.
What do you mean that we call experts?
Oh, I call them experts. What do you call them, Andy?
I mean, it's just the way that you phrased it. It made it seem like, are you taking shots at Cinder?
Me taking shots? No, I would never do that.
Okay.
He's too vulnerable.
I'm just clarifying. But for this game, I really feel like MVP's draft, it was all right, but I think the tri-lane and the fact that the Axe never really had to go anywhere and was just able to sit bottom and kind of dominate the Brood the entire time, like, he just really couldn't have an impact in the game. Mid, you had the Invoker versus the DK, but Resolution's rotations and the fact that he was able to contribute to the top lane to even, like, wherever he wanted to, basically, and just pop that Elder Dragon form and get free towers. I would dare say this game was an outdraft. I don't know what MVP were supposed to do, like, during mid-game.
Yeah, I mean, from just the start to the top, looking at the lineup, the fact that they got those heroes that they got as well. Yeah. On those players, you know, people who are incredibly good with what they were given. All the cores, you know, Silent Quat, Resolution DK, and then the Yoku Axe. He really turned up. 9 kills, only died the once. You know, his GPM right up there with 487 in what was a relatively short game. I mean, just across the board, just outperforming against the side of Hot 6, and you could tell that game meant a lot for Empire, and we knew it did. So Empire 2-0 against Hot 6. They will be involved in a tiebreaker with Virtus Pro. But that's it from myself and Draskell. Now over to the panel so they can let you know more about what's going to happen now.
Well, lots going to happen, contrary to, well, relatively from what might not have happened.
More Dota.
Yes, more Dota. There we go. All right, that's it. That's it for the news here. More Dota will be happening. Yeah, but Empire pulling through. I mean, sure, we talked about, okay, it is against Hot 6. Kind of an, you could say, expected result, but at the same time, so much was on the line for Empire, so that could have changed things both ways. What did you think about that show from Empire? Are you a little bit more convinced that they're up for the job here in the tiebreaker?
Yeah, I think this is going to be really close. They seem to play with a lot more confidence, and they seem to be communicating better. like you said, it's against MVP Hot 6, so not sure how much we can read into it, but there seems to be like a gradual development going on also after the games earlier today. So I think for me, maybe it's just like a 50-50 on who gets the upper bracket slot. As for this game, I think the X last pick that we talked about in the panel was really, really good. It solved the Brood problem. It allowed them to play very aggressively in the mid game with the lanes. They got the lanes they wanted. And MVP Hot 6 just looked like a team that are a little bit demoralized right now and not really in the zone. They also had nothing to play for, right, apart from, like, pride. So perhaps they just went in with, like, okay, we're going to try some stuff. We'll try, maybe, for example, the Brood was maybe like an experiment. And I think it's the first time they pick at this tournament. You know, give it a shot, see how it works. Maybe we can use it for our best of one later. That they will, unfortunately for them, be playing at the main event. They will be playing an elimination match to start.
Yeah, a best-of-one elimination match. A rough start, of course, at the main event. But, yeah, we were talking about just how they looked after that match. And Winter, it's not looking too good for Hot 6.
Yeah, when I saw Jerax in Malaysia, he came to Malaysia for MPGR. They won the event, but he definitely didn't look like this. So there was a big contrast in his facial expression in general. He looked like he's had enough and just get me out of here. That's what I got from his facial expression.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, probably something that a lot of the players from Hot 6 are feeling, not just the results, right? I mean, it's got to hit you hard, pretty hard, even if you know that, all right, well, we still have a chance at the main event. Going out like this in the group stages with not many points at all is going to be a little bit demoralizing, maybe even more so because their sister team actually did surprisingly well, and they were hoping to do just as well, if not better, but not pulling out right now. But we will see them next week again, so they're not knocked out, just having a bit of a rough first week in the group stages. Now let's talk about Empire, right? You said, all right, Axe seemed like a really good pick. Dakota, they're going in for this tiebreaker. They will play against Virtus Pro. So Virtus Pro was probably waiting super anxiously, and now they're like, no!
That's what I was just going to say, is like psychologically, I wonder how these teams are going to be feeling coming into this match. Empire's got to be feeling like they're on a high. They get a couple of wins. They're like, we're staying alive here. We want to keep this upper bracket hope and, you know, clinch that spot. And for Virtus Pro, they're sitting there watching the match, and they're like, really didn't want to have to play more games. We're hoping that we would be able to secure our spot. And I'm wondering if that's going to play any sort of effect on the actual series.
Right.
So what I'm looking for right now is the previous matchup. Off the top of my head, I think Empire actually 2-0'd VP in this group. Okay.
That was...
So I should have just asked. I don't even need to check. Perfect.
Oh, come on, man.
I should have
trust me.
Yeah. So maybe that's also a factor going in. Like, they've already played each other before, obviously, in this group. One team 2-0'd the other. That's probably another confidence boost for Empire. Now, the question is now, you could also say Virtus Pro going into the series, they have just seen the latest picks from Empire in a do-or-die situation. So they know exactly what they will be up against, you know, more or less. So who it really favors the most, I'm not sure. If there's one thing I think doesn't matter at all, it's probably fatigue. I think Empire are just really happy to get the opportunity, and
that's very true.
They will probably be... They'll be hyped up for this match. It's very important.
Yeah, if anything, probably the adrenaline rushing through them is going to be more helpful and overcome that fatigue for them. As we take a look at the standings, of course, highlighted will be the matchup coming up. It is going to be Virtus Pro going up against Empire. VP almost had that 4 seed locked in Group B, but now these two teams from the same region, they will have to fight to see who gets to start in the upper bracket and who will have to fight in a best-of-one in the lower bracket first. Now, I guess the consolation prize is that even if you do get, in the case of VP, knocked down into the lower bracket, at least you have your choice of opponent going into that best-of-one. So it's not like you get knocked down much further, but it's still a jarring difference between starting in a best-of series